Is it just more a feel during that second intermission that there was better yet to be played by your team?
Actually, we talked about it between the first and the second, and the message there was we just got to get a lot better in our zone, come out cleaner, and play in their end for a little bit. They weren't as sharp maybe as they'd like to be as well. So we carried that theme through the second and third, and then went to 3 lines. And guys responded well. We're happy for the group. It's a big win for us.
Can you quantify the difference between 2-2 and 1-3 going on?
Well, we talked about this back in Edmonton at the beginning of the year. Records are magnified immensely. Power play numbers, penalty kill numbers are really magnified because there's nothing else to go on. And there'll be a lot of teams in the league that go 1-3 or 2-2 over a 4-game span in the next 6.5 months. In fact, it'll even happen in the playoffs. And just so happens at the beginning of the year, it really becomes a talking point. You guys really don't have anything else to talk about because nothing's been established yet. But at 2-2 is a lot better than 1-3, if I'll answer your question honestly.
You have Connor to talk about pretty much every game. So what do you think?
Well, you asked me this morning about players in the league. I rest my case.
Yeah, he looked like he just took the bull by the horns there.
Well, he did. He's our captain. He's our leader. He's, in my opinion, the best player on earth right now. And he decided that he was going to will his team to a win. He got some help around him, which is a nice change. And other lines found a way to at least keep momentum alive. Maybe not score, but keep the momentum alive.
Jesse played really good in the third.
Jesse played well most of the night. We did some line shuffling. He played well in New York. He played well here again tonight. He looks like he's starting to regain that confidence again. And he was a force.
Sorry, you're finally getting some home games now. How does it feel to be going home on a really good note like this?
Well, it's, like Speck said, 2-2 is a lot better than 1-3, and going home with a win and a comeback win is real important. But I use the term often. You guys hear me say we can't give anything back the next night, and the Boston team's a pretty darn good one, so we better be prepared.
Todd, how did you execute the game plan, or how did the team execute the game plan differently in the final 20 minutes of regulation and into overtime?
Well, we didn't execute the game plan in the first 20, so the rest of it kind of fell into place, and we stuck with it. I thought going to 3 lines created a little more rhythm for some of our star players. They would play, they would get off and rest and just be ready to go again. It didn't have that one more pause. It was unfortunate for some players, didn't get a lot of ice time in the third, but we got the job done.
What happened in the first, when you got down 2-0? Just poor defensive play all around, or just that one defensive pair that was...
Well, we got beat up a little bit with a pair, but we also got hesitant. Right off the bat, the first shift, the first 3 or 4 shifts, they got to every loose puck in our zone, and as a result, they had us running around. So we were prepared to defend, but we weren't prepared to go get loose pucks and get going on offense, and can't play that way.
So no player has ever been in on their team's first 9 goals of a season in the history of the NHL. What should we think of that stat?
I think it's remarkable. Doesn't surprise me the player that did it. It also is a reflection on the rest of our team. We've got to get going. We can't just rely on one individual. So there's a ton of positive. Don't take anything away from Connor. And there is some let's get going, fellas, kick or chats that some guys have to receive.
So when you're on the bench, could you see Darnell taking the puck there and just saying, maybe something good can happen here?
Well, it kind of opened up, and then there was a pause in the play, and one of their forwards, I'm not sure if it was Ehlers or who it was, took a lunge at him, and a lot of times in 3-on-3, when you lunge and you don't get, the other players are picked up, and it opens up for a second. So give him credit. He told me Trent Yanni's been showing him that after practice, and I've known Trent for 40 years. That's not in his game. So.
He was lying.
Yeah, he was lying.
What about the early going with Cam? It didn't help Cam out one bit.
No, we didn't help him out. He made some big saves. I think the breakaway in the third. He made some saves on the late penalty kill that we needed to get. So he was fine.
Todd, just piggybacking on the Darnell question, have you seen an offensive wrinkle added to his game? Because he mentioned that coming into training camp that he wanted to work on that side of his game.
He actually, quite honestly, early in the year, I thought he was cheating for offense, and it affected his defensive game. He's starting to settle in now, and as a result, he's getting more offense, more offensive opportunities, more offensive looks. He's arriving on time, so he's become a pretty solid player for us.